Welcome, everybody. I've got Steve
Yep.
on here, and we are here to crack a box of Tarkir. This is actually a box that came from Korea from Steve because they're sold out in the US, and he sent me a box because they're available there. So, plan for today, we're going to crack this collector booster box, and then we're going to talk kind of about where Magic's at, sort of a transition point that they're at right now between sets. Final Fantasy is imminent. Tarkir feels like it had sort of a short shelf life, and I think that people are gonna kind of miss this set when it's gone. And but welcome.
Definitely
How you doing, man?
doing well. Yeah, we have a lot of fun with this set. Probably the most fun I've had playing Magic in many years. Probably.
I'm gonna start cracking this
hmm
as we talk because I'm like itching here. It's like the
Let's do
plastic
it.
feels good on my fingers.
There's just so much value in this set. It's like kind of amazing how many cards, even in their base printing, not their foils or showcases, are over $10 in this set. A lot more than uh, in recent expansions.
We were talking a little bit before the show how I think Wizards didn't think this was going to be a hit.
Right.
I think that
Right.
was kind of like one of the threads here. And they pumped it full of goodies and kind of gave it like a short life, right? Like this set came out
Yeah.
what 4.5 weeks ago, maybe
Yeah.
5 weeks ago.
That's right. The pre-release was on. I checked. The pre-release was April 4th, and the release date was a week later on the 11th. So yeah, barely a month.
And here we go. I think this is gonna be one of these sets where people kind of like I don't want to say hold value. I'm not trying to use investor terms, but like a year from now, people will miss big dragons. And
Right.
also a note here on traditional sets, right? So I think that people will maybe get a little tired of Universes Beyond stuff.
Right.
So I'm
Well,
gonna crack
this is the second to last in-universe set of the year. We've got one more. This space-themed set, Edge of Eternity, is coming out towards the end of the summer. That's it for the year. That's its other IP.
Yeah. All right, let's see how we do here.
Let's
So
do it.
lots of big pulls here.
Oh, totally. Maybe we should make the pull box bigger on the screen. Can you do that?
The whole box. Oh,
The bottom box. Yeah.
yeah. Like, let me do some magic here.
There we go. Yeah.
So we're starting off strong, and well, not really strong. Nebula Sheet Rock Cursor. I don't think I've ever seen this card. There's actually this is the thing that like sets are so big.
Yeah, the Rock Curse Rakshasa. Yeah. Fang Keeper's familiar. Okay. All right.
Blood,
The Broodclaw Scourge is from the Commander decks. Yeah, that guy's good.
and then just a normal mountain.
Yeah.
So maybe this was not the pack we were looking for, but that's okay.
Yeah, that pack, nothing super great. I think your best card might be that Broodcaller Scourge, the green dragon from the Timur Commander deck. So they put cards that are Commander exclusive in the collector booster, but not the play boosters. I think that guy's worth around $5 or $6.
How all that works sometimes, because it's like sometimes overwhelming to keep track of what are the commander, because a lot of the commander cards are also reprints, right, from other stuff.
Yeah, this is a commander exclusive, so it has a different icon on it. It has like a dragon's wings as opposed to like a dragon storm swirl.
Ooh, okay. Ruinous Ultimatum. I don't think I've also ever seen this card.
This is a special guest. This is it's got the star in the middle of it. So this is from one of the older Tarkir sets, I believe.
Destroy all non-land permanents your opponent control. That seems pretty good. Cost is kind of high here, though.
Yeah, you're only going to run it in a Mardu deck. The only problem with this is I think there's only one special guest per collector's box, which means you're not getting a fetched land in the box, I think. So
no.
Yeah, that one's with a good bit less. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, United Battlefront. Lotus Light Dancers, redoubled Storm Singer, Carsey Revan. I think this was the box topper, maybe.
It's a very good card, especially in limited play. It's like a better version of that one vampire from Zendikar. Yeah, it's a good card.
Well, hopefully there's more than one.
Hopefully. Hopefully I'm wrong about that.
The fetch lands are just actually very useful.
Like, totally, yeah.
In like real life, they're useful for everything.
Yes, every format they're legal in, they're good.
So I guess we'll test that theory here.
Yeah.
Statistic Regiment of the Mire. This is a question. Frost Cliff Siege is actually pretty okay.
It's got the like board game or the war game tabletop game style treatment. That's a cool picture, if nothing else.
Severance Priest. Nervig Crackling Vanguard.
Good card. Yeah.
Songcrafter Mage.
It's a card that was supposed to be really good, but it has not really seen much play, I think, so far.
Yeah, I think this is also a good reminder that like there's a lot of cards in this set, and you're not necessarily only going to get Ugins and Elfins.
Right. The other thing is that there's cards that might go up in value as they get more play in different commander decks or whatever later on. It's just that like at this moment, while the boxes are still available, a box only holds so much value. So some things are gonna, necessarily be lower value. Smile at Death, is that right?
Yeah.
Very, very good card in limited play, maybe in standard as well.
New way forward. I think one of the cards that shot in value has been the equipment.
Oh, the Quarry Steel Cutter. Yeah, definitely.
Tip the Scales, Glacier Wood Siege.
I've pulled 3 Quarry Steel Cutters so far, which I've been really happy with.
Pretty darn good. Jeskai Revelation. I've not seen this card either.
No, neither have I.
Ooh, okay. And
that's really good. That actually might be your most valuable card so far. That's the foil Dragon's Eye land. That's over $10 right now.
Yeah.
It's the most valuable of the lands.
Ruinous Ultimatum is. That's such a bummer that
let's take a quick look at Ruinous.
Here.
Yeah.
I wanted something else.
Let's take a quick. I'm going to quickly look up a price on Card Kingdom here on Ruinous. I'm guessing, unfortunately, like $5 to $10. But let's see.
That would be my guess as well here.
Because the regular one is just not very valuable. Okay, no, I'm wrong. It's 21, so it's $21 on Card Kingdom.
Okay, so
yeah,
not nothing, but
not terrible.
Not like a staple.
Yeah.
All right, we have Spirit and
SG.
Dragonclaw. Ooh, the Meringue River region. I think this is one that has a dual-sided, like little baby.
Yes.
Very fun.
Yeah. That's a pretty good card in at least in Commander. I've been using it in one of my Dragon decks.
Warden of the Grove, Diviner of Mist, and Scavenger Regent. This might have been the worst pack so far.
The Meringue River region is not terrible. Let's see.
This is one of the things. So we have 7 packs left. So we still have plenty of
shots. That Meringue River region is like $7.50. So okay,
that's not bad.
Yeah.
They made these little slips on here to help you open packs, and I actually find it doesn't help you open packs. Like makes it more chaotic. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, this card I have. This kind of sucks.
What is that? What is that?
Parination.
I don't think I've seen that card.
Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield with hexproof counter. And I mean, it's like fine. It's just kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Classic Prowler. Flammable Grappler.
That's a pretty good card. Flammable Grappler is good.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
Okay. Shiko. That's the Commander Precon like face card for the Mardu deck. In the box, you get it in foil. This is the only way to get it non-foil. I think it might be worth a little something. Let's see. And
I've only played with like one Commander deck. So I was like, what is this card? United Battlefront.
United Battlefront. That's a solid card. Okay, Narsen Shiko, not super expensive, but it is a cool card.
All right, we are at the halfway point here, guys.
Okay.
Our most valuable card might be the Dragon Eye land. But there's still lots of chance.
There's still hope.
Yeah. Oh, another United Battlefront. Interesting. Dalkovian Encampment. This is like the only one that was good of these lands. The rare lands was the...
No. Mistrise Village is the good one. Mistrise is an inexpensive one. But yeah, Draconologist.
Oh, this is from the...
Yes, what Commander deck. Yeah. He's cool. He is a good card, but I don't think he's worth that much.
I think that's right. Still only
he wins
one
yeah, it's surprising. Yeah, Zergo really wins games in limited for sure.
What a lame special guest.
Sorry.
I just really wanted one of the Dragon Scale cards, man. I think they look so cool. Alas, it's not in the cards for us.
The back half of the box is going to make it. We'll see.
Oh, okay. I think this is a
Sarkhan. Is it a hollow? I think that's a Halo foil, right?
It is a hollow. I can't tell what's Halo, but it is collector number 403.
Okay, I got the list up here.
I think this is just a foil showcase, maybe?
403 or 413?
403.
Unfortunately, that is the lower value one at $8. Yeah, the 413 is the Halo one, whatever Halo means.
Nervive, Heart of the Storm. He's pretty good.
Yeah, Nereve is cool. That's the showcase
Bummer, right?
Nereve.
Like, this is just, if only I'd got
The Nereve is $10. Okay.
Narset, Jasque, Waymaker, Adaptive Training Post, Maelstrom.
Maelstrom's good. It's like an $8 card, I think.
Oh, it's like a land. I see. Okay, interesting.
It's a very good land for Dragon decks. Dragon Eye.
Nice Dragon Eye.
Mm-hmm.
And other stuff here. So I think the Dragon Eye are approximately 1 in every 4, maybe?
I guess that's right. Yeah. They make so many full art lands these days. I mean, it used to be that like they make a full art like once every 2 years or something. Now it's like every set, and so they're usually worthless. But these are just so cool looking and unique that people are into them.
I'm still holding out for 2 special guests in this box.
Okay.
I guess it depends if the special guest is a guest. All right. Stadium Headliner.
Okay.
Hollowmurk Siege. Belothar Dawn. I have not seen that card before.
That's I think that's a command. Is that a commander precon one? Or is that not?
Hey,
no, that's the regular one. That's the regular one.
This is a commander card. Strike Leader.
Yeah. Ah, that's a great card.
Ooh, this is also the commander card, right?
No, this is the regular booster one. This is still a very good card.
Oh yeah, because Ireni is like one of the commanders, but
yes, Ireni the Song Unwritten is the Ireni of the Unwritten is the commander one. The Song Unending is but that's like it's if you can cast it, it's very powerful.
10/10 for very expensive,
but protection and then it deals a bunch of damage when it comes in. It's cool. There's ways to cheat it into playing Commander, which is it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many ways to cheat stuff into play with Commander, right? So
I think that dragon is like $10 to $15 probably in foil.
I'm thinking our value of this box so far is probably in the $100 range, which is less than what we paid.
right.
Narset, All Out Assault. This is a pretty decent card.
All Out Assault, yeah, that could be worth a little something.
Codis the Fangkeeper, Zenith Festival. So,
Zenith Festival is a commander deck card.
Another Meringue River Regent. This is a little. Okay. No, this is not a double. So I guess they're not all double-sided.
There's like one of each color that's double-sided and shows the baby becoming the adult. The other ones are just regular. So it's just another
such a random gimmick.
Yeah. It's a random gimmick that was very confusing to me because I didn't even realize I had one of them that was double-sided for like a week.
All right, let's see what else we got. We got 2 packs left here.
Okay.
Quarry Mountain Monastery.
No, not the Quarry you're looking for.
Not the Quarry I'm looking for. Zarago. Did we got him, right?
You got him in the regular picture.
Nature's Rhythm. This card's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good card. That's the commander face card for the Timur deck.
But this is the non-foil. So I guess is this the only way to get the non-foil?
It's the only way to get the non-foil. Yeah, it's a really good commander. I actually built a deck around it recently, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's basically when it comes into play or when it attacks, look at the top 8 cards of your deck and drop a dragon on the table.
Let's see here. We got 2 different Irenis here.
Yes, so you can put them both in your deck. I run the Unwritten as the commander and of the Song Unending as one of the dragons in the deck.
Cool. I mean, honestly, like the number of mythics we've gotten have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Oh wow, Urania of the Unwritten is $43 now.
is that the non-foil version?
It's not clear to me from Card Kingdom because it only has one version.
I usually go with TCG just Card Kingdom. You know,
Yeah. Let me look on TCG.
all right, this is our last pack, by the way, Steve. We haven't even talked Final Fantasy yet.
Yeah, we'll go get there. All right.
Uh,
All right. What do we got?
okay, Lotus Light Dancers.
There's
Mistrise
a
Village.
Mistrise. Yay.
That's maybe our best card so far.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Stillness in Motion.
That's a
Thunder
good.
Maid Dragon. He's a great dragon.
From Commander. It's good.
Timor Battlecry. He's also pretty good.
Solid card. It's 50 cents, but still a solid card.
And then a mountain. And so we only ended up with 2 Dragon Islands. So that's a data point.
Yeah. TCG Player has it at 33 for the non-foil because I think it's harder to get.
Yeah,
and 25 for the foil. But yeah, I think weirdly that could be your most expensive card in the box.
So we ended up with 2 Dragonite, 1 foil, and the rest non. So that's a little. So that's 1 in every 6. We've got a Mistrise Village. These Arenis, all out of
Mistrise is a borderless.
We got 2 different Nervigs. Part of the Storm, Kraken, Vanguard. What else did we get here?
The borderless Mistrise is $12. You got a lot of stuff in the 10 to 20 range. We're around 10, but like nothing super explosive though. But yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah, it comes. I mean, also like with the rares here, I need to like sit and look. I think there's a lot of like couple dollar rares here, but none of the big ones. Nature's Rhythm is interesting.
Yeah.
Orang River Regent. We got a couple these sieges. I think that there's some room to grow their mouse from the Spirit Dragon. I need to figure out what to do with all this, Steve. We should build a
cube?
A cube or something.
Yeah, we should. I'm already working on a list for it. I'll send you what I've got. It's I think it'll be very fun to keep playing the set in the future.
I 100% agree. All right. So that's Tarkir.
Yeah.
Cool set. But I'm going to take off this camera here so we can just have the two of us. Cool set, but we're already marching on to the next thing here, right? So
right.
It feels too fast. It's like too much change so quickly. Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel that as well. I would have loved to have seen this be and everybody complains about this, I would have loved to see this be a 2-set block. So I could have delved a little more deeply into it. I mean, I'm not a big story guy for Magic, but I vaguely looked into this story. There's an interesting story about how, the Dragon Lords were overthrown. They summoned these spirit dragons, and now the Khans live in harmony with them. There's still war on the plane. Sarkhan's coming back to release more dragons. Interesting stuff. I think they could have spread that over 2 sets and showed more stuff. I would have liked to have drafted the set longer. It would have been fun to draft with another like paired set. So yeah, I mean, I'm not the Final Fantasy stuff. I'm like a medium level Final Fantasy fan. I've played a few of the games. I like them, but I've not played all the games. It wasn't a franchise I needed to see in Magic, but obviously other people feel differently because it's sold out everywhere in the world, I think, for collector boxes, and the prices are through the roof, and the commander decks are really expensive. So people are into it, I guess.
What do you think that does for the hobby as a whole, though, right? Is that a positive or a negative? Because I do feel like it brings in more eyeballs or more attention, but I don't really know if that's, for the right reasons.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that. I think there will be some short-term gains. I think there will be people that come in for the Final Fantasy, particularly the commander decks. The commander decks are all game-specific. So I don't know if you looked at the lists yet, but there's a deck for 6, Final Fantasy 6, 7, 10, and 14. And there's people that are fans of like particular games. They can just buy that deck, and it'll have new cards from that game as well as reprints, rethemed in their images to that game. So there'll probably be people coming for that, but I don't know if they'll stay for additional Magic sets. I mean, you're going to go from Final Fantasy to a set called Edge of Eternities at the end of the summer, which is like I think kind of like a retro sci-fi theme set. Are people going to stick for that? I don't know. The people that come in from Final Fantasy.
Well,
And then an even bigger question, like, are the Final Fantasy fans going to stay for Spider-Man in the fall?
I mean, like there is no like cohesive thread here, right?
Right.
It's not like there's blocks. I do think Final Fantasy, much like Lord of the Rings, might get 2 boxes or special holiday release. Like that's what happened with the Lord of the Rings stuff. And so I think there'll be another bite at the apple. They have the license. They have like, why not do another release? I mean, I don't know the details, but so I would look out later this year for some fixed stuff. I hear they're also getting way more to secret layers. There's going to be, I think, 4 secret layers here, which I've never bought a secret layer. I'm not like opposed to the concept. It feels sometimes a little gimmicky, but you know, you do what you got to do.
Right. And I guess I think Final Fantasy is already the top selling set of all time or something, and it'll probably it'll break records. But then I think it's inevitable that Spider-Man will sell less than Final Fantasy. I don't feel like Marvel is at its cultural peak anymore, and particularly Spider-Man feels a little bit out of the limelight lately, particularly like the Peter Parker iteration of Spider-Man. So I think that's going to be an underwhelming set. And then I think Avatar, which is the Last Airbender, which is their last set of the year, is going to sell even less. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. I've never seen any Avatar. Maybe I'm a little like slightly too old for it. I think it came on when I was already in college or something. But yeah, that does not seem like the same level of AAA franchise as Lord of the Rings, Marvel, and Final Fantasy.
No, I agree with you there. I think the Avatar stuff, I don't know why people might hate me in the comments, but like Avatar just doesn't, it missed me, right? Like I think I was too old and it felt too cartoony or whatever, but like it just kind of missed me entirely. So I don't quite get the appeal. So I think Final Fantasy is going to bring a lot of people in that are going to stick around for all of 5 minutes because they're going to wonder like, what the heck? Like I don't mind these mechanics. It's kind of fun to play with Tifa, Warrior Monk, or whatever. But at the end of the day, like this isn't my jam, right? Spider-Man, sort of a grab bag of IPs is not what I'm here for.
Right. So, I think it's great that Tarkir sold so well. So I'm hoping that convinces the execs at Hasbro that there is room for traditional Magic sets. I hope Edge of Eternities is good later this summer. It'd be nice to see a new world of Magic take off. Lately, their new planes have been pretty hit and miss. Like Bloomburrow was good, Duskmoor was pretty good, Aether Drift was bad, so on. But yeah, I guess we'll see. So early next year, they're going to go back to the Lorwyn set, which is a favorite from about almost 20 years ago now. And that's like a kind of like a British Isles fairy tale world of like elemental magic, which would be really fun.
Funny about having this IP that's so mature is you could always just like, what were we doing 10 years ago, 15 years ago? What about 20 years ago? And you usually always like go back to the script almost.
Right.
Like, I mean, Tarkir was like, what, 10, 15 years ago or something?
It was 11 years ago. The first Tarkir set, Cons of Tarkir, was 2014.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, what are we doing to Tarkir? Okay, let's go back.
Right. And because, a lot of Magic has boomed so much lately that I think maybe perhaps the majority of the player base was not playing in 2014. So it was new for a lot of people, which is good that it hit for them. It wasn't like something that they didn't understand and passed them by.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job with stewardship of the IP, and I think Magic Arena also has brought a lot of accessibility to the game. I do think that increasingly Magic is becoming like kind of janky and like everyone it's like what infinite combo is going to be my Commander game.
Right.
I also think that the rise of Commander is destroying Standard minus Draft, and so that's a whole different discussion and something to think about.
Different discussion. I have a kind of a love-hate relationship with Commander. I played a lot, but I do agree that it's eaten into other formats. I love Draft, and I think I drafted this Tarkir set more than any other set recently, and it's been great. It was a really great draft experience. I hope that they recommit to limited play in a big way. But the problem is with Final Fantasy, the packs are so expensive, even the play boosters, that I'm probably I might do the pre-release, I might draft it once, but I don't think I'm going to draft it as many times as I drafted this set.
I think this could be a set that is horrific to open.
Hmm.
It's a big set. I think there's 300, 400, whatever
Yeah.
cards in there. And like you could have some terrible pulls, and no one wants to open any of the sealed product. Like collector booster boxes, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
no one's going to open those. They're just going to.
Right.
And so, like, what does that mean if people are only sitting on boxes and no one's opening it?
Right.
And all sorts of
I
prices.
mean, the secondary market might be really hard to pick up like some of those random singles you want. Like there are some singles from Final Fantasy I might want to get. At least like this set, people open this a ton. So even if you don't want to buy collector boosters, you can pick up a lot of those special treatments of some of the regular rares for not that much money because a lot of it was opened. I think Final Fantasy is going to be really hard to find those special treatments in a LGS's binder.
I agree, because who wants to open a retail $450 box?
Right.
You got to hit some really good pulls for
Right.
your expected value to work out there. I mean, that's if you're getting it for retail, which I don't think very many people are at this point.
No.
And so I just think like it's gonna be really rough. You're gonna open a $450 box and get $75 of the cards. And expected value, like the highs are high, but I actually think the highs aren't even that high. With only 77 serialized cards in the chocobos, so they're doing 77 chocobos, and I think it's not of each color. I think it's just that's not the same payoff as like the Lord of the Rings, which had like 30 cards they serialized in the later
right,
or like the rings, like they were just more like highs, right? Like, oh, you're going to serialize Elven Ring, that's cool. Serialize Dwarven Ring, etc.
Yep.
And that doesn't exist here. It's just like 77, which makes it super chase, but it also makes it really rough. You can get some really rough boxes. $50 of value on a $450. You might as well go to the casino.
Yeah. And the commander decks, we didn't talk about those much. I think, like I said, I think they're cool that you can get a Final Fantasy VII only deck and play it as if you're playing the Final Fantasy VII game. That's fun. The lists didn't strike me as being super awesome so far. I need to analyze them a little bit more. Maybe they're good, but there's not much reprint value in them, which is the first thing I always look at. Is there a good $10 card in there they're reprinting? Because that's like guaranteed value money. It's something I know that's going to be useful to me. The new stuff, maybe it's useful, maybe it'll be valuable. It's hard to know, and so I'm not as jazzed with these commander decks, particularly with the higher price tag compared to the Tarkir commander decks, which each one of them had some like really good cards in them as reprints, and then the good new cards as well, and they were regular priced decks.
Yeah, 100%. Any final thoughts here on Final Fantasy? I do actually have one collector booster box that I pre-ordered at my local game store for MSRP that I don't think I will be opening, to be honest. I'm going to. I'm part of the problem, but like, I would actually say the internet is part of the problem, because if I could get one readily for that price, I might be less inclined to hoard it. So I don't know.
No, you gotta do what you gotta do. I think that'll be it'll get opened one day by someone.
Yes, it will eventually get opened. But for me, I just like don't really want to bite the bullet of. I mean, this Tarkir opening was great, but we got maybe 100. This is a good reminder. We probably got $150 worth of cards. 100 if you can actually find a buyer for them. That's the other piece of all collectibles, is they're not really liquid; they're illiquid.
Right.
So what do you do with that information? Well, Steve, that's all I've got, man. This is always a lot of fun to check in.
Yeah, super fun.
Pull not the special guest that we wanted, but maybe the special guest that we needed.
A cruel ultimatum in the end, as it says.
But thanks for hanging out, everybody, and we'll catch you guys later.
Bye, everybody.